Yeah, like, dude, you gotta come to my house.
Yeah, I wish.
I've romanticized it. Dude, we like cats and trucks and like, yeah.
Country music.
It's strange, man. Yeah, it's strange.
You have a good example of that?
Damn.
Damn.
Right. Damn. I was very, very, very happy to be here. Thanks, y'all.
And that's called family planning right there.
Yeah.
Sit back, relax, 'cause it's time for another podcast.
What's happening, everybody? My name is Bryce, and I'm the host of the Sugarshack Podcast. And today we are here with Nathan from Iya Terra. Come on, everybody, give it up for Iya Terra in the house.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
And our other guest spot is Eddie Kopp, director and founder of Sugarshack Music Channel. Come on, give it up for Eddie Kopp.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.
Stoked to have you guys here. Amazing session. This is what, your third time being back here?
Third
awesome.
time, yeah.
Everybody, did you love it?
Come
Did you
on.
love it, crew?
Come on, Scott.
Epic night.
So
Epic
good.
night. Yeah. You guys are doing a lot right now. You're on tour right now?
Yep.
So tell me about this tour.
We are on a tour called the Life is Fucking Beautiful Tour currently.
It is.
It is. We're about 2 weeks into the tour. We have a pretty wild schedule coming up. It started off in Flagstaff, Arizona, through New Mexico, Colorado, the Midwest. And the entire fucking time we were praying to get down to Florida because it was so cold.
Damn.
I was very, very, very happy to be here.
Hell yeah.
Finally in
Nice.
Florida. And from here, we are going to go on the 311 cruise for about a week.
Nice.
So we're going to be in the Caribbean. So we're very much so out of the Midwest. Shout out to the Midwest. Love y'all.
Where are you from originally?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, okay. So you're like used to hot.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a West Coast guy. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know. So we do the 311 tour, and then we come back, and then we rock 4 Florida shows. And then we go overseas for the first time to France and Switzerland.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah.
Epic, dude.
Very excited. Very excited.
So epic.
Very excited.
It is
Yeah.
epic.
Yeah.
How many shows you got there?
5, I want to say, in total. But
Nice.
the head is spinning because we're on tour, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Ask my tour manager, not me. I don't know.
Who do you know who you're playing with?
Yeah, so the beautiful thing is our French homies, they're called Dub Inc. They're
Yeah.
a great band.
Oh, yeah.
They've been making their way out over to the States for the past couple of years. They just did Cali Roots. They're on Cali Roots again. We're bringing them to a hometown show in Las Vegas, but they are going to bring us to France to open for them for these 5 shows. So.
That's so
Sick.
Yeah, and they're big time over there. They're way cool over there, man.
They're way cool.
Yeah, they're big
Yeah.
time over there. So really
Yeah.
grateful. Shout out Dub Inc.
Yeah, we're chatting with them right now to bring them here.
Get a session.
I'm trying.
Dude,
every
they're
day.
so
I'm
sick.
trying.
They're so sick. All
I
right.
see the emails.
I will
They're
tell
trying
them.
really hard.
I'll tell them.
We're close.
I'll let them know. Like, this is the spot. They don't know. They're from France.
Please
They're
do.
like,
I need that nudge. I need
They're
that
from
nudge.
France. They're like, we don't know. Like, what's, you know.
totally.
Tell them, like, yo, come play in our backyard. They don't know.
Right. They don't know.
They need
you
to
don't
know.
what you don't know. You
They
don't
need
know.
to. They must know.
They
Please
must
do.
know.
They must know. Yeah.
You two go back, way back,
Yeah.
Eddie and Nathan. So tell me a little bit about your history. I'd love to hear from each of your perspectives. Like,
Yeah.
when
Take
did
it
you
away,
first
Eddie.
become friends?
Oh man, how did the first session happen? Because it was like 4 days after Hurricane. What hurricane was?
I think that
Irma?
was the second.
That was
right?
the second one?
I
No.
think the first one we were already, like the second one we were bonded already, and that's why we made it happen after the hurricane. You might be right there. You live here.
I don't know. The
don't know.
hurricanes here. It's all
I
a blur.
thought
Like
in my head, yeah, that's true.
The
And-
first one with the dude on the djembe.
Yes, I thought the first one was just kind of organic through the scene, like reggae
Yeah, okay.
stuff, and then the second one was on the fringes because of Irma. But we were like, yo, we got to get back. And,
Yeah.
and you guys were going to cancel, but then you were like, you know what? The name of the game is perseverance. Like, let's power through this.
Yeah.
Let's make this happen
Yep.
even more so because of the hurricane.
Correct.
Yeah.
This 100-year-old oak tree
Yeah.
had fallen in the hurricane and was laying in the background.
And you can
Or in
see
the
it.
backyard.
You can see it, you know? It's
Yeah, it was, and these trees were like non-existent in the sessions. If you go back and look,
Whoa.
It's kind of wild.
It looks
dude.
like shit.
And
like,
Nomeo-
the set is so bad.
Nomeo had just cracked, like...
Yeah, Justin dropped him off the roof that week.
Oh, I thought the hurricane cracked him. I've romanticized it.
No, but I remember it was like.
Well, how did he get on the roof? I can't even remember. Like,
Did you see the Nomeo movie? Dude?
I did, but I just
He has a movie?
setting you up.
He
but
does. We made a reenactment
Oh my
movie.
gosh.
I'll send it to you. But yeah, Justin put him on the roof for like a photo op.
got it.
You know, time
sense.
lapses and shit. Like
Makes sense.
we
Yep.
get creative.
Yep.
It Oops. No, but the hurricane hit, and I remember we were close to having to cancel.
It was very close. Like, it was kind of teetering back and forth.
It was.
It was like, oh, I don't know if we're going to do it. But then I remember getting an email or a message from you that was like, yo, in spite of it all, we're going to make this happen because that's what we stand for.
And
It's like,
the community needed the music.
it did.
Yeah. And the neighborhood was quiet, and you know what I mean? Like,
Dude, that session was magic.
yeah, those are some classic bangers.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
It was a magic sesh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Dude, of course.
And continuing to come back. And
Yeah, but when did you guys start getting close? Because you're like homies now. So like, what is that? Just you were out at more festivals?
It was from
and
the shack
stuff?
for sure.
it was through the scene because
Yeah.
you hired us to shoot a video at Janice. That was the first thing I think we ever did together.
Oh, before a session?
Before the session. I
Wow,
think
yeah,
so.
We did a
shot
one take. We did a one take.
We did a, I forget what song it is.
Love and Respect.
Love and Respect.
Live at Janice. Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
We did
right.
that song.
Yeah, and we weren't homies then. We had met
No.
through the scene.
You were just like, hey, you're making cool videos. Can you do one
Yeah.
for us? And then we came to Janice, and then
Yeah,
you're
we
like,
were
dude, you got to
strangers.
come to my house.
Yeah, and
should
even
come over.
with the first time, like when we had done a session, the shack was already like popping off. Like it was already a thing. So yeah. So when we got invited to come play the Sugar Shack, it was a no-brainer. It's like, of course. Eddie and I's friendship has just kind of blossomed from all of that. You know, we had met through doing the music stuff and the work stuff and all of this. But we both drive like cool white lifted trucks and like listen to Hardy a lot.
do.
And listen to Hardy a lot.
I know. I was
Yes.
about to say. You told me earlier. You've got like pop country's your guilty pleasure.
Oh, dude, I am so deep in it right now. yeah, all of it.
Hardy's playing Estero in like a few months.
Oh
Dude,
wow.
He's
Yeah.
playing LA on Friday night, and my wife just saw it, and she's like, "Can you buy me tickets?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And she's like, "They're $750
Yeah.
each." I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, no.
Right.
"All right, well,
Right.
here's the Spotify link."
Yeah, he won't get back to my DMs. So I'm trying.
I know, right? That's your answer. When you hear a ticket price, like, let's get him to the shack.
Yeah.
Like,
Hardy, if you're out there, guest list us, please.
Yeah.
If you're
Please.
watching this,
And then come to the shack. After.
and then come to
Yeah,
the shack,
yeah.
dude. Come on.
It would be so cool.
you'll be here. He's gonna
Yeah.
be here in Estero.
Is he?
Yeah.
What is Estero close?
Yeah, it's right
okay.
down the street.
Right,
15
right.
minutes from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going?
Not for $750.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
To be honest.
Hardy, listen to this and guest list us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish.
All
Epic, dudes. I'd like to hear more about your brand, Crossed
Right.
Heart Clothing. When
Right.
did that first start?
Yeah, man. My wife and I started it in January of 2022, so just over a year ago.
Oh, wow. So it's still kind of young. You're
All
still
right.
getting it off the ground.
Yeah, very much so, but
Yeah.
very stoked and grateful for its success thus
Yeah.
far. It's been
It's taken off.
thanks, man. It's been really, really fun.
Yeah.
It's been a whole new cool journey, and to be business partners with your wife it's actually been a great thing, you know?
Yeah.
And allows us to each kind of step into like these cool roles individually because she's such a visual person. Like I'm definitely more of an audio kind of guy, but she has such an eye for like making shit look cool. She's a hairdresser. And so she's really able to like look at things and choose like color palettes and just, I don't know, just cool stuff that makes things look great, you know?
Yeah.
And it's been great, man. It's been great.
Sick. So
Yeah.
where did the inspiration come from to start Crossed Heart Clothing?
Honestly, man, our plan was to have some babies.
Ooh.
And so it was like, all right, let's build a business that you can work from home was the main intention, you know? Like, let's
Smart,
build
yeah.
something so that when I'm out there on the road, you can make money and you can run a business while I'm gone out of the house. You know, you're running it online, running it out of the house. So that was the manifestation, and it's all coming true because we are expecting a child in 3 months.
Let's
So-
go. Come
Yeah.
on.
Thanks, y'all.
And that's called family planning right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, family planning. We'll call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all. I'm just really grateful, man. Just
Yeah.
really grateful.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. Congrats, guys.
Thank
It's
you.
Growing a family. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's epic.
What is her role in Crossed Heart? Is she designing?
She's not designing. We work with a bunch of different artists, but all of her and I conceptualize together.
Cool.
So we're always thinking like, what's next? You know, we just did a T-shirt last, so maybe we should do like the vest, which is out now. Check it out online.
It just dropped.
Or different hoodies, or like different styles, or like, you know, one of us will have an idea of like, yo, we should totally do like this theme design, you know?
Right.
But so many times I'm falling back on her to just be like, babe, like, I have this idea. Can you please take this idea and turn it into fruition of something that might look cool? she'll kind of brainstorm. She has a great eye for all that stuff, and then I'll find an artist, commission them, and we'll
Right.
make the piece that way. Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks,
Nice.
guys. Thanks.
Your
cool
stuff
to
looks
see.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. And thanks for all the support. Look,
Yeah.
Eddie's repping.
I
it.
rep this
Yeah.
shit. I love this shit.
He loves it.
At the end of
I
the
love
day,
it.
man, like the whole goal too is to just be like, it's like the people you love, you know, being ingrained with them, and it's very much similar to the Shack in that way, where it's like
Yeah.
we come here and it's friends and family, and it's like trying to build a community and trying to build like a tribe of people that prosper together.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Thanks.
When did Iya Terra start as a band?
Yeah, we started in 2013.
Wow.
2013. 10 years. 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Decade.
Oh, wow.
10 years as a band this
And
year.
how many albums in a decade have you guys put out? Like,
I believe it's 3 or 4 full lengths and an EP.
wow. It's a
Yeah.
lot. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're doing it right and you're
a lot.
constantly like creating art, it's,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's been an album every 2 years since our inception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
good pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years.
Feels
That's a good
healthy.
thing.
so.
Feels
Yeah.
healthy. We're going to
Yeah.
take our time this
Because
time
you've
around.
got to like go out and perform it and tour it, and
Yeah.
then you got to
It's
come
a
back
lot.
home and chill for a little bit.
And like aside from chill too, it's like you have to like live so that you can get inspiration for the next thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like the inspiration is limited until you have more life experiences that then inspire the next piece.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah, no, for sure. On that subject of inspiration, like you've got an eclectic background of what you listen to, and so like, I mean, you weren't always in the reggae. Like, what was your first introduction to reggae music, to where you were like, I could start this band, I could really get behind this?
Right. It was definitely Sublime. So in high school, I started playing guitar when I was 10. And I instantly fell in love with like metal and death metal. That was like my vibe, and still very much so is. But my keyboard player Luis, still in Iya Terra, him and I were in a death metal band together for about 10 years back in Las Vegas. About halfway through the career of that band, we were introduced to like reggae and started falling in love with reggae and started seeing Slightly Stupid and the Expendables and bands like that come into Vegas. And a lot of our metal homies thought we were psycho because we fell in love with reggae. We were like, dude, we love both, you know? Like I got the Sublime Sun tattoo when I was 16 and I was in a death metal band. And so it was always like very much one foot into both worlds.
Interesting. So that far back for you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so I always loved both. And then, you know, the metal band kind of fizzled out in Vegas. We smoked a lot of weed and we weren't as productive as we should have been. We were like, we were really enjoying life, you know? And we had no guidance of like, hey, man, like no management to be like, hey, do this, do that. It was just a bunch of kids that loved playing shows and partying. And, you know,
Yeah.
that eventually fizzled out. I moved out to California. I went with a couple coworkers at my job at the time when I was 20 years old to go see Iration, Pacifier, and Pacific Dub.
Sick.
It was the first time in my life that I wasn't in a band, you know, because I moved from Vegas, I quit my band. I was living in California for like 3 months, and I was having this like somewhat identity crisis because people would ask me like, hey, what do you do? And I was just like, I'm a student. It was the first time in my life I wasn't like, here's my band, check us out.
Yeah.
Go to this show, and I go, dude, I think it's time to start a reggae band. So, and I've told all the Iration guys and all the Pacifier guys, like that was where it clicked in my brain. I was like, I'm gonna go start a reggae band. So I went home that night. I posted on Craigslist looking for a musician, and lo and behold, who fucking responds but my bass player Nick Laporcio?
Nice.
Yeah. And I had listed the bands that I loved, and he was like, dude, I love the same fucking bands. Like, let's do this.
Yeah.
We met up for rehearsal that week, and the rest is history, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So epic.
It's strange, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's strange. But it's
But I mean,
beautiful.
it's cool. It's cool to like. I think that's what makes Iya Terra so refreshing in the scene, and just you guys have such a different creative angle because I think a lot of those influence that you carry. You know what I mean? It gives
Right.
you an edge and a sense of uniqueness. You know.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And now you do like really dope covers of shit on
Right,
Instagram.
right,
Like, tell
yeah.
me more about that. Like,
Yeah. Thanks,
that's
man.
blown up and helped you grow, right? Like,
Yeah, it's-
spread the brand.
It's been wild, man, and I got to thank Eddie too because he was the guy that he started noticing when I started really like plugging away at him, and he was like, "Dude, these look great," and I was, "Yo, give me some constructive criticism. Like, you're the
Yeah.
video god. Like, help me out here."
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
There it is, trademark it.
Thanks, Nate.
Yeah. So he was helping me with like lighting and like just cool shit like that, you know. But
Yeah.
They
it really started.
do
'cause-
look really good.
Well,
now.
thanks.
They look good.
It's working.
And it's funny, dude, because we were sitting right there in our last session. I want to say it was 2018, and I've always loved video stuff. And I wanted to get a camera, and I asked Eddie like 4 fucking years ago on that deck. I was like, dude, if I want to get a camera, what do I get? He's like, Sony A7 III. I was like, all right, cool. And then I looked at the price, and this was a long time ago, and I was like, oh, I can't. So I bought like a cheap camera first. I started making content with that, and then there eventually came a time when I was like, it's time for me to upgrade. So I bought the A7 III, and I started working with that, and just started dialing in. But the way that the covers came about is this is a cool place to announce it too. I've talked about it a bit on social media, but I am dropping a cover record.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all. It's really fucking sweet. It's 16 songs, and it's called Pop Punk Goes Reggae Volume 1.
Nice.
And it's
Love it.
all of the pop punk and emo classics of the early 2000s.
Absolutely.
Sang by reggae singers within this kind of contemporary American
Oh, so
reggae
you're
scene.
like pulling people in.
I
from-
sang 2 songs out of the 16, and the rest is like the who's who of like
Features.
like the Sugarshack bands. They're all on it. We out here.
What's your first single?
I can't say that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But I will say they just recently did a Sugarshack.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was recent.
Oh yeah, it's recent.
Okay, yeah.
Recent-ish.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, the content stuff kind of just came because I was working on this record, man. I did it in 6 weeks because the whole thing is like, if I'm gonna work on Iya Terra stuff, I put 100% of myself into everything. So I'm working on Iya Terra. I carved out 6 weeks of my time to work on this cover record, and I did 16 songs in 6 weeks. Did all the drums, bass, guitars, keys, all of this stuff, and then sent it out to all of the singers, and they're recording their stuff and sending it back to me. And then the content thing started because my brother Cass Haley, shout out Cass Haley.
Yeah. Cass is the man.
Yeah, so we're under the same management, and he started doing these covers, and he was blowing up, man. And he was like, yo, I know you're doing a cover record as well. You should try. And I'm like, all right, I'll try. That's when I bought the Sony, and within 3 or 4 videos, man, one went fucking viral, and it was like the weirdest experience I've ever had in my life. It got like 3 million views, and I was like, it was
They
like,
gave you a taste.
it's almost a full-time job, like deleting haters off the comment section and
Yeah.
like all that. I was just like, dude, this is so weird. I hate being glued to my phone like this. Wild experience, man. Wild, but very cool because it's been very far like overwhelmingly positive.
Right.
Good.
And
Yeah.
people are loving the covers, and it's cool. But shout out Cass because he was the
Yeah,
one that
Cass
set me
has
off.
been doing it in like his stuff's same deal, right?
He
It's
blew up, dude.
Blowing up.
He did that
I like Cass's
chicken
stuff.
fried cover, and
Right.
it smacked off. So it was like, all right.
Shout out.
Yeah.
I love that.
And he's always been a brother to me, man. So he called me and he's like, because he's doing a country record. He's doing a country reggae record. And he was like, I know you're doing something similar in a different genre. You should try. Sure, brother. I'll give it a go. You know?
Yeah.
He gave me a couple tips, and 4 videos in, it was madness.
Sick.
Madness.
So cool.
Madness.
Wow.
Hell yeah. So what was that big one? Was it the Slipknot?
Slipknot was the first big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the 3 milli.
That was the 3 milli, but then the Lamb of God one hit too.
Yeah.
And then the Deftones one hit as well.
Cool.
It's wild. Wild. Yeah.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, that's like, I don't even, like, that's influencer shit where you're just like, that's a whole new job.
Didn't think I would be there,
Yeah.
but here we are.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say, like, the coolest experience of all of it is, like, I would say, like, the majority of the comments. So the algorithm sent all my shit to, like, mainly metal and rock people, which is really fucking cool because most of the comments are like, dude, I do not like reggae, but I love this. What bands can I check out?
Yes.
And so
Cool intro to the genre.
exactly. And so the record that's going to follow it is the perfect answer to that question because it's going to have 14, 15 different reggae artists where if you like their cover of that song, you can go check out their massive discography.
Totally.
So I really think in a really cool way, it's building a bridge between genres that's like long overdue.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people sign off on certain genres. Like we're talking about pop, country.
Yeah.
I signed off on that genre for a long time until something just bit me and I fell in love with it. And I think a lot of people have this like this block in their heads of like, that's not my identity. I can't get into that genre. And it definitely happens with the more niche genres, whether it be metal or reggae or country. People are just like, that's not my thing. But all it takes is like one kind of experience to open you up to something to where you start letting it in and you start kind of opening your mind to experience like reggae is not just Bob Marley. You know, country is not just Garth Brooks. Like, there's so many different subgenres and facets and vibes and things that if you stay open-minded, you just might fall in love, you know? And so I think it's building a really cool bridge between genres and opening up a whole new market, which is really, really sweet.
Sick.
So sick.
Yeah.
Really
So
cool.
How has all that content impacted Iya Terra?
It's been really cool. It's been really cool. We've seen like the listeners jump up and stuff, and I think I was telling you guys earlier, like there was like some people at the show last night that were like, I was walking through the smoking section. He's like, "Yo, Nate," and I was like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" And he's like, "We've never fucking heard your band, but we saw your AFI TikTok and we bought tickets and we're here." I was like,
Hell yeah.
"That's
Hey,
crazy."
That's cool.
That's really cool, like ROI on it in
Yeah.
a sense. Like,
I don't know if there's like an actual huge like leap what you could maybe look to and be like, okay, it's done this for us, but it's definitely helping.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know? It's
absolutely.
cool. It's cool.
yeah, that's
cool.
great feedback. Wow.
Yeah, it's
Sick.
been wild, man.
Nice.
so cool.
Yeah.
I love how you guys write songs. I mean, like you guys were, I had that moment where I had signed off on reggae, and then I started
Right.
hanging out with these guys and realizing that like that's such a big part of Sugarshack,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And so I remember just trying to get into it a little bit, but there was a
Totally.
couple like radios that would put songs on, and Ease and Grace was on there, and I was
Right.
like, I can get down with this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
you guys are like palatable to like get people into it that have signed off on it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's the beautiful thing, man. It's not one thing. And working with Sugarshack, you're just like, I mean, how many different kinds of reggae have come through Sugarshack? So many. It's not just
every kind.
not just-
I think.
yeah, all of
the
Just
kinds.
about all of it.
you know, so it's like it's not just one kind of reggae, love or hate. It's like there's levels to this, you
Yeah,
know.
there
So
is.
like there's things, whether it be a hip hop fusion reggae or a metal fusion reggae or
Right.
a roots reggae or whatever it is. You can find something in there that you relate with, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a cool. It's a cool cross genre. It really cross genres like every other genre.
Right.
So we're learning like even metal's not like exempt.
I've noticed a big thing where there's artists that come from other genres come and end up at reggae.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
I've
your
noticed that
story is
too.
a perfect
Oh, yeah.
example, but there's a lot of artists that come here and like, I used to be in hip hop art.
Oh, so
Yeah.
many, dude.
I used to be a metal guy.
So many.
Yeah,
So many.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's up
Yeah.
with that? That's crazy.
I don't
Like,
know,
They always
man.
like reggae just draws
Dude,
you
I
in.
wonder if it's like part of the community, like just being in all of the other scenes. Look, you don't feel that like love and unity in like the metal scene as much. Like, yeah, it's there, those like tribes and
Right.
families and stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
but the attitude, it's different.
There's
It's
definitely a
just
different attitude. Oh yeah,
you know?
overall for sure.
I don't know, like
for sure.
reggae cultivates family and community differently.
Right.
It's true.
It's opening. It's always arms open to
Yeah.
like.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
a metalhead.
it's cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Come hang out with us, man. Smoke some weed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like that.
No, for sure, man. It hits different. you
It
know?
does.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I mean, back more about you guys and just that eclectic nature. Like your songwriting's super unique, and just how has your songwriting evolved over the years? What have you honed in on?
Right. Tough to say. I think it's all about kind of like finding your voice as an artist and finding the things that you really want to like number one speak on, and then obviously just like honing in on your songwriting skills. So I like to think maybe it's gotten clear, like you always hear the songs in your head, and then it's a matter of like getting them out into like reality. So the longer that we pursue this thing and the longer I pursue this thing is just getting better at getting out the message and the sound that I want to see in the world.
You have a good example of that you could play for us, like over here on this guitar?
Yeah, no, definitely. Are we there? Are we in that section?
We're in
Let's
that
do it.
section.
All right, yeah.
Let's do a little like story behind the song with Nathan.
All right.
All right, so set us up here. What are we
Yeah.
listening to?
Yeah, let me get set up here. So, in between the time working on the cover record, because that was a 6-week experience for me. Still kind of trying to keep a priority on writing a lot of original music, which has been cool because we've been off tour for like 8 months. I mean, we're back on now, but there was like a good 7-month period. So working on the cover record, got that done, and then it was like this sense of freedom to like write some new original stuff, and wrote a good couple of tunes during that time. The recording process of those haven't started yet, but the songs are kind of floating out there, waiting to come to life. So when you guys asked me to do a clip of a song and a story behind the song, one specifically came to mind with the baby on the way. I wrote this tune about, we're 6 months into the pregnancy right now. So I haven't met the kid yet, but I wrote a song kind of from the perspective of what I imagine it's going to feel like to feel that love, because like a lot of parents will tell you in their advice, like, you're going to feel this overwhelming love that you did not know you were capable of feeling. And like for me, that was always like the most exciting part about that, you know, because I feel like in my short time on earth, like I've felt a lot of love, but they say that one's like the one, you know, you have a child, like, man, you never knew you could feel this amount of love. So I kind of just tried to write like a tune from that perspective, but I also didn't want it to be too obvious, so it almost doubles as a love song. You know what I mean? It's almost like a love song, but essentially the song is called Forever's Not Enough, and it's about, you know, spending time with someone that you just feel like you never want it to end. So I kind of imagined it from that perspective, you know? This is Forever's Not Enough. It's a new one.
Sunrise in the morning, a million stars in the sky, somehow just don't even compare to when I'm looking in your eyes. People, they say heaven is a place above the clouds, but I don't know if that's true though, 'cause I feel like I'm there right now. Whoa, whoa, I never wanna be without your love. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh, forever's not enough, and there ain't a thing that I'd rather do than watch all of my days go by with you. Got me saying, oh, 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 forever's not enough.
Yeah, just a little taste of it.
Hell yeah. Dude, you're so good at writing good songs, man. You're such a good songwriter.
Thank you, man. Can I give this guitar back?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll take it from me.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's been cool, man. It's been a cool process, and getting to dive back into writing original music and stuff has definitely been fun.
Yeah, it's nice sometimes to like dabble in like the covers and stuff and just exercise that creative muscle in a different way, and then come back to original content with like a fresh perspective, fresh ideas, and maybe even a little inspiration from everything that you've been like absorbing and reworking.
It was a much needed break to work on the cover thing, because I didn't have to write a damn thing. I just have to re-envision the songs. You know, and the songs that we chose for the record are like they're ingrained in my head.
Oh, look, there's Piper.
Gosh, Piper
the cat making a podcast appearance.
She is so cute. I'm obsessed with her.
Yo, but she's like a little cross-eyed, like when she looks in the camera.
Well, it's because she's technically like Siamese, at least a portion.
Got it in her.
She's got it in her, man. Yeah. I'm a father of 2 Siamese cats.
Gotcha. So you know it. You know the look.
And I have a torty point just like her, so that's why it's like, love her.
Nice.
Love her to death.
You guys like send cat pictures back and
forth.
forth.
Dude, we like cats and trucks and like,
country music.
Yeah, country music and reggae.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
like
you
leave, he's like, man, Nathan's the best. He's my best friend. And I'm kidding.
I mean,
I
where's
he's
the lie?
drinking wine tonight, and I tell you what, he doesn't ever drink wine. It's good.
We already finished the bottle, so I switched to the bar drinks, which,
Hell yeah. Any questions for Nathan Iya Terra? Any questions from the crowd? Anybody got anything?
For the band.
Yeah.
Who wins at Scrabble?
Oh, shit.
Who wins at
That's a new one.
It's either going to be Porch or me.
Why?
I would say we've never played Scrabble, let me specify. But when
I was like, damn, y'all just be playing Scrabble?
No. We should.
Right?
We should. I was an English major in college. So I got a couple words that I know.
Yeah, you got a couple in your back pocket. Just used to impress people.
But Porch, like, he'll surprise you with some shit, and he's a competitive guy. So if the game of Scrabble was heated, he would pull some shit out.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, he's also very smart.
You'd be having to fact check.
He graduated from UCLA. He's a very smart guy.
Oh, nice.
He's math and science. I'm like more of like the linguist, you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah,
but there's so much intentionality to your band, like the strategy,
Right.
the nature of it. I can totally see this from both of you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the kind of the yin and the yang. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sick. What other questions?
You guys have done a lot of collaborations with cool bands like The Green, Movement.
Yeah.
Who's the band you haven't collaborated with that you really like to collaborate?
Nice.
Oh man, yeah. Well, thank you. Those collabs have been a lot of fun. Yeah. We also have one in the vault with The Green.
Ooh.
That should be that. We could dig that out. You remember at Reggae Rise Up Utah? It was us and Zion sitting there back on that river.
Oh,
We did that. It's probably in the vault somewhere.
It's literally in the Sugarshack vault. We have a
That's
playlist of all the videos that have never been released. There's
Wow,
like 30 some videos.
I want to watch that.
You're in there with like Redman and Method Man and
Yep.
Iya Terra. There's some bangers in there.
Yo, release the Method Man and Redman. Sugarshack.
I know. If they would get back to our emails, they would.
If you're out there, Meth and Red.
Yeah, another one.
I guess for me, I would say like definitely bands outside the genre, kind of like in the vein of in the covers that I've been working. So like a lot of my band members too were huge Circa Survive fans.
Hell yeah.
So I would kill to have Anthony Green sing on an Iya Terra song.
What do you like? Have you ever been able to make contact with him?
I haven't reached out to him. I did a Circa Survive reel and it caught their attention for sure. They were commenting on it and saying cool, you know. But I've
Yeah.
never actually sent the email of like, hey, bro, like,
right.
we should, you know, if. But I have faith, you know. He's always working on music and stuff. So Anthony
Did
Green.
you say we had a lead on Anthony Green doing a session here one time?
Yo,
coming to
that would
Florida.
be so sick.
I know. I think he was coming to Florida, and there was some kind of TM crossover.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love him.
It would've been sick as fuck.
I think he would murder an Iya Terra song, and not just him either, but the guitar player of Circa Survive, Colin, too. I think
Yeah.
would be so cool to feature. Other than that, yeah, it'd probably be like guys from outside the genre. Somebody was talking to me about Sean the other day, and I think on one of our more guitar-heavy songs to have Sean do like some guitar stuff on there would be
yeah.
way cool.
Whoa. Yeah.
Way cool.
That'd be epic.
Yeah, way
Yeah.
cool. Way cool. Great question. Thank you.
So as you can tell, we're all fans of bands.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I see you are part of said club.
Yeah.
Always the black slip-on.
Yeah. Yeah. I wear nothing but Vans. Yeah. I do love Vans. You know, for the long days, I'll wear the Ultra Ranges, which is like their running shoes. Love me a good Ultra Range, but
We
definitely.
need that support now.
Oh
We
man,
need that support.
Trust me, when we were working.
Yeah.
Dude, when we were working the Crosstar booth at Cali Vibes, I tried to get away with Authentics for the first day, and I was dead after
Damn.
like 14-hour work
Not
day.
worth it.
Not worth it.
Ultra Ranges, that's
Not
the
worth
move.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one back here.
Yeah.
Molly.
If you were like headlining your festival, you're the most famous person in the world. 3 people or bands, dead or alive, who would you have?
Oh my gosh, what a great question. I'm just not going to overthink it because that's one of those questions you can overthink, and I'm going to say like Grateful Dead, Nirvana, and
The Dead.
yeah, the Dead, Nirvana, and let's mix it up a little bit. Pantera with Dime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be
Original
a cool
lineup
ass
with Vinny,
festival.
with Vinny
I
and Dime.
fucking
Could you imagine like tripping there? You'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you take a nice dose for the Dead, and then Pantera's after.
Hell yeah.
Good luck.
Double down, right?
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, right. It's just like flames everywhere. You're like, oh my God, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Am I in hell?
Great question. Fun question.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anybody? Yeah, what's up?
Katie.
So if you can set the scene, how do you imagine people best listening to your record?
I really like listening to music while driving. I feel like that's where I best digest albums, because even in this like modern day scene or like music industry thing where it's kind of like everything's manufactured into singles, I still love me a record. And I
Absolutely.
think there's so many artists out there, and I don't mean like a vinyl, but I just mean like a actual
Like an album.
front to back
Yeah,
album. Because even though things are kind of broken down into like single digestibility, I do think a lot of artists are still intentionally putting track lists together for you to listen to it in a certain order, you know?
Agreed.
So I love a good hour-long drive where like if like when Hardy's new record came out, jumped in the truck,
Oh yeah. Hop in the truck.
hopped in the truck, man.
I sent him the newest Zach Bryan album, and he said, "I'm not listening to it until I buy this truck."
And I
Dude,
did.
he
I
did,
did
and he
that.
did.
I'm
and
saying, like,
literally
it's
waited.
different, right?
It's
Yeah.
a thing, man. And so like you get a nice sound system in whatever vehicle you're driving in, and you carve out a time because like the phone goes away. You're looking at the road. You're thinking about music, because even if you try and make the space, like maybe you have a room in your house you like to listen to music to, that'd be awesome. I don't. I need an extra bedroom in my house. But like when you're driving, you put the phone away and you throw on an album and you listen to it front to back, man.
Oh yeah.
Ideally driving through like some mountains or like some kind of cool, like not stuck in LA city traffic or something like that, but like driving through
41 here.
driving through the backcountry Florida or some shit, you know, or like
Yeah.
the mountains or something like that. It's,
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
the move.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah,
question.
great question.
Really good.
Eddie, you got anything else?
Yeah, I got one question for you.
Yeah.
What's up, bud?
What's your favorite piece of Iya Terra Sugarshack content?
Dude, easy answer.
Okay.
Give thanks.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's funny is we almost didn't do it.
I know.
You guys suggested it.
I was like, dude, can we just take all the instruments away and just have you guys sing with a guitar?
Yeah. That 100%. I think it's like exponentially better than the album version.
Nice.
And there was just something special about it because it was impromptu. There was no rehearsal. There was nothing. We also, too, the crazy thing about Iya Terra and Sugarshack, man, is for a long time we kind of like considered ourselves and like we couldn't do acoustic shit. You know? Like we were such a loud band, especially with that crossover with like kind of the rock and the metal stuff.
Wow.
We always kind of considered it like, oh, we're not really going to translate that well in like an acoustic setting. Sugarshack really proved to us that like we can, and
that's cool.
There's
I didn't
something
know that.
special, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
There's something special to it as well.
The deck does that to. There are so
does.
many
It's
bands.
magic.
I mean, we just had a really cool band here. Wax. Do you know Wax?
I never
the
heard of him.
hip hop guy.
No.
Sorry, some bug in my.
Oh, he
hair.
got me
Yeah.
earlier too. It's
Dude,
Florida,
it
dude.
was like he had never had a band before.
Nope.
And he put a band together, a full
Sick.
band just for this, and he was like,
He was
now
loving
this is
it.
how
Yeah. Dude.
we'll always play. I'll never play without these
he
guys
was
ever
loving
again."
it.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'll
everybody
never
was
forget.
like- it was incredible.
Right,
It was
dude. I'll
incredible.
never forget like when we showed up to the Shack the first time and we just started playing, and I was like, not only was it like, oh, we sound decent, it was like, oh, we're capable of something I didn't know that we were capable of, which is like a cool feeling to be like living in, to be like, oh shit, like this is a new side to my band that I never knew.
That's
existed.
cool.
Yeah,
You said today during soundcheck that the deck has a sound.
it does.
That's
it does.
cool.
We rehearsed for it in our little rehearsal space, you know, acoustics, everything. Kind of did the mock setup.
Yeah.
Didn't sound like the Shack. We showed up here, set up, played, sounded like the Shack.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
It has a sound.
It
That's so
does. I
cool.
mean, anytime we've ever been there, played there, I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
sometimes we'll track shit there
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because it does carry an
It's
energy
great.
and a sound.
I
Yeah.
do think too, like, not to get too like out there, but like certain places like to hold memories and shit. you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah,
like,
there's that energy.
Dude, you got to think about nine years now of
Yeah.
music just like in the wood, like in the
and how
plants.
many artists feeling that feeling of like, oh, holy shit, we sound good, are ingrained in there. It's almost
Yes.
like an uplifting thing. You start playing, and then it's just like
Yeah.
how many spirits were sitting there
Yeah.
Yeah.
and being like, oh my god, it actually sounds great. Like I
Yeah.
love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has like a positive impact to it.
It does. And now we get to share it with all of you
Yes.
wonderful
So
people.
cool.
Really tight.
Yeah.
Really tight.
Best thing
anything
ever.
anything more? Anything you want to share? You want to plug?
I would just honestly want to say thank you guys, man. It's
Hell yeah, bro.
I absolutely just love to see what you guys are building out here, man. And it's been 5 years since our last session.
Whoa.
You know, a lot of that was like pandemic shit. So you know, but it's just the time flew, and just to be able to like come back and see like the growth of like, you know, us and you guys, and just to see what you guys are building is something really, really, really special, man. And I mean that in the most serious way, because from the music to the production, like that's one thing, but like you guys are building, and you always have done this, even when the Shack was much smaller. The vibe, man. Like
Yeah.
the vibe was always been, even when it was a 5-6 person crew
Yep.
and the bands. Like people came here, and the 5 or 6 of you guys brought so much good energy that you made the bands feel welcome. There was no fans here. There was
Right.
none of that. And we felt so good and welcomed and positive as artists. And so now to see it expand to where there's like 63 people here tonight.
72.
72.
74 because I saw Kyle Moran walking with his family.
Well, you guys have expanded that, man. You know, you've scaled that same good energy into now something that's just grown and become beautiful without sacrificing any of that organic good vibration.
Thank
So
you, bro.
I just
Yeah.
love what you guys are
Thanks,
doing,
That
man.
means a lot.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate
Life
it.
is fucking beautiful.
It
What
is.
a life. What a life. Yeah.
It's hard
Life is
as
fucking
fuck,
beautiful.
and it's beautiful, man.
It really
I
is.
see what you did there.
Yeah.
Well, come on, everybody. Can we give it up one more time
Come
for
on.
Nathan and Iya Terra?
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Make sure you share, subscribe, like this video.
Do it.
Find us on Instagram. Make sure you're following Iya Terra on
Yes.
Instagram. And catch them out on tour at a city near you. And that's a wrap on this episode of the Sugarshack Podcast.
Thanks, guys. All right.
Sit back, relax, 'cause it's time for another podcast.
Down here at the Sugarshack, you know the vibes, Iya Terra is back, yeah. Down here at the Sugarshack, you know. Down here at the Sugarshack. You know the fucking vibes, Iya Terra is back here. Down at the Sugarshack.